Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out or give them a call. 641-622-2191.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
The Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney presents the 2025 Spring Nationals this Friday and Saturday at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. Admission is free for anyone to come and watch. The Expo Kitchen is open all day, both days for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Start time is at 8 a.m. both days. As always, coolers are welcome at the Keokuk County Expo. Tractors are coming in from all over the country for this pull. The tractor pull is all indoors at the livestock barn. The show will go on, rain or shine. Once again, the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney presents the 2025 Spring Nationals this Friday and Saturday at the Expo. Jody's Journeys is going to the Noah's Ark and Creation Museum in Petersburg, Kentucky, May 27th through the 30th. Join Jody Griner with Jody's Journeys and create memories for a lifetime with this incredible experience. Seats are extremely limited. Call Jody now to reserve your seat. Experience Bible history at the life-size Noah's Ark. Contact Jody at 641-660-6417. Email her or go to Jody's Journeys on Facebook for more information. Hey, and welcome in. It is time for just another morning show here on Steve Shetler Media. Neil, we have made it through our first official week. We are into a Friday, Friday, March 14th, and yeah.
It's hard to believe it's been a week.
It's been a week. We've got some fantastic guests lined up for today.
It's going to be...
One's already here.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it because she can hear us.
That Julie Tremmel, I tell you what, she's gonna be a fantastic guest.
Wait, what? That's who's here?
Oh, well, momentarily. We're also going to have Tiffany Ketchum from the movie The Gates. You know, we had Tiffany and the crew in last week on the Iowa Music Showcase. They've got a big weekend coming up this weekend here in Southeast Iowa, so we're going to be talking to Tiffany later on. I think we're going to be talking on the phones to my Iowa Music Showcase artist, Jesse Wilson. He's going to be calling in, getting him ready for later on today. So a busy day. We're going to have another giveaway today, as we have every day this week. Let's see here. Our prize today will be a $10 gift card to James Family Greenhouse.
Man.
So another great prize. Yeah. It's going to be easy Irish trivia today, since we got St. Patrick's Day coming up on Monday. You're giving me a look.
Well, I'm not Irish. So how easy is it really going to be for some of us that aren't of the Leprechaun Nation?
The Leprechaun Nation. Hey, let's actually, before we go any further, let's take a look at some of our sponsors. We do thank, of course, Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor. You know, Neil.
Yes.
Savings are made simple at Brothers Market. It's true. ShopBrothersMarket.com is the place to go online. You can download the app. It's a smart way to shop. You can find digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and a whole heck of a lot more. Ooh. Brothers Market in Sigourney. For your groceries.
Yes, groceries. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Groceries.
I believe somebody told us that one time.
Groceries. Hey, Osky Dental is our studios sponsor, which, by the way, the studios, which are new this week, are right above Barnwired on the south side of the square in Sigourney. But we're still the Osky Dental Studios, and if you're driving around on the square this morning, you can see the lights on above Barnwired. That's where we're hanging out. And I think Toothy's with us this morning.
Oh, Toothy? He's always here. I brushed my teeth this morning.
You brush your tooth?
Yes.
Oh, I guess Toothy has his own teeth.
It's a little bit odd when you think about a tooth having teeth. But he's got no legs.
And a hand.
One hand, no legs.
Got a right hand.
Well, just to brush his teeth. That's all. I guess. I don't know. And punch people.
A tooth with eyeballs, too. And eyebrows.
Well, sometimes if you don't brush, that's what happens.
You get eyebrows growing on your teeth. Schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan at 641-673-4845. They're always accepting new patients. Osky Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider, and they're located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. We thank Osky Dental and Brothers Market. Of course, we thank the Garden Gate in Sigourney for sponsoring our forecast. And we just had Cindy in yesterday hanging out with us. She sponsors our forecast. They've been proudly serving Keokuk County and the surrounding area for basically 28 years now. I was
going to say, it's coming real close.
Yeah, it's coming up close. So, Neil, I'll let you put on your meteorologist hat and take a look at our forecast. We got those red things
a lot of stuff going on today. Wind advisory in effect from 1 o'clock until 1 a.m. Red flag warning in effect from about the same time frame. 1 to 6 tonight. Don't burn things and don't leave a lot of loose items laying around that'll blow across the street and hit me in the face. I hate that.
Speaking of fires, I'm going to jump in here.
Yeah.
The Sigourney Fire Department, it looked like on Facebook, was very busy.
Yeah.
In the last 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah,
they
have been.
A house fire. They had some other stuff. They were going this way. They were going that way out of town.
Yep.
So it is a busy time for the fire department, and they probably don't really necessarily want to be any busier. So, just don't start any fires outside with the windy conditions. Red flag warning. Go back to it, Neil.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. Increasing clouds, and here's where the storms are going to kick in. A high near 81 this afternoon. So that wind is coming from the southeast. It's going to bring in those storms, fast-moving. Showers and thunderstorms before 10. Slight chance of showers after 4 a.m. 46 for a low tonight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Wow, temperatures falling to around 44. That's hard to handle. I'm wearing shorts right now.
Well, so tonight's low is 46,
yeah.
and tomorrow's high is only 44. So basically, tonight's low is going to be tomorrow's
more
high.
Yeah, that's not fair. Chance of rain before 10 on Saturday night, and Sunday mostly sunny, a high near 49. So
cooling off over the weekend.
Watch the fires burning and watch those storms.
All right, so as far as that wind advisory, that'll be going into effect. Red flag warning, any fires will have the potential to spread quickly in these conditions that we're going to have today. Burning outdoors is strongly discouraged. Also, they're saying that line of thunderstorms could be severe, and if they are, they're going to move quickly through the area with speeds of up to 60 miles per hour.
That's fast.
Which means you're not going to have a whole lot of time to react to those storms if they're blowing through. Obviously with severe storms, you got to keep in mind there could be some damaging winds. Let's see here, maybe a few tornadoes, large hail is possible. The National Weather Service always gives you the worst case scenario.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just so you're prepared.
Just be prepared. The Storm Prediction Center has placed much of the area in a level 3 and level 4 out of a severe risk of 5.
Ooh.
So we're kind of in that mid to upper range as far as potential bad weather for today. Otherwise, current conditions, we do have humidity at 69%. Winds are south at about, 15, 20 miles per hour. Barometer at 29.45, dew point at 49. And according to the National Weather Service, we have 59 degrees here in southeast Iowa. So, kind of a warm start to our day. In store for a warm day here in southeast Iowa, potentially some severe weather later on. Garden Gate in Sigourney sponsoring our forecast. All right, I think we have blabbed on enough.
We never blab enough.
Let's bring in our first guest of the day. Oh, there she is.
Oh.
Let's turn her microphone on. Julie Tremmel.
Good morning.
What's up, Julie? How you doing?
Oh, just living the dream. It's nice outside, and Neil, you can put pants back on.
No, you don't understand. Once I put the shorts on,
heard that somewhere.
Pants don't go back on until November at the earliest.
No pants, Neil.
No pants, Neil. It gets me in a lot of trouble. But as you were. I digress.
Yeah.
So, Julie, you're here representing the Sigourney Golf and Country Club. A lot of pressure on you today. Don't screw up.
Okay.
Don't screw up.
Just hanging out with the boys today.
I thought you were bringing possibly somebody else
Well,
with you today.
I thought
as
I would,
backup.
but people are busy. People
Yeah.
are busy.
And they don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, they're
probably.
nervous.
And they don't like microphones. I
Yeah.
like microphones.
That's awesome. You like turtles, you like microphones. It's great. I love it.
So lots of stuff happening at the Sigourney Golf and Country Club right now, and coming up, of course, this spring and summer. I'll let you talk about whatever you want to talk
Well,
about.
tomorrow, we have the big Masters pitch tournament. Got to find out who the master is of pitch.
Let's bring that up on the screen.
So we've had 5 nights of pitch playing at the country club, and I think 3 nights at Grant Ranch. We've teamed with Grant Ranch, and so that's a lot of pitch playing because they play
It is.
10 games
Oh,
each night.
wow.
And
What is
then
how long does the average night go?
Well, because then when they get done with that, people leave. Except for there's always a few tables that say, "Let's play 10 more or
Oh,
6
my.
more," or
Wow.
it can turn into a long night. And I got my good girl Brooke Gehringer there. She's been working the pitch tournaments, so I told her, "Oh, they'll probably be done about 10," and well. Turns out
Longer.
they were not always done it. They were never done at 10. But yeah, that's tomorrow night, and you can't get in anymore because it's the top 24
Okay.
Oh,
from all those other games, and so that's set. I posted those names on
Yes.
on Facebook because some people didn't know if they were in or not. I think the people that were in maybe knew, but not all of them. Not all, some of them told me they didn't know. So I put the names up there. It's not exactly the top 24 because there were a few people that can't play tomorrow night. So
Sure.
we went down the list of all their combined scores and picked the high score
Okay.
winners. So
And people, is the public invited to come out and
they can, yeah,
cheer
they can,
on
they
and
can,
watch?
Oh,
I don't know about
interesting.
cheering. Have you ever cheered?
I don't know. I don't play cards.
You don't
so
play
I
pitch?
No. And so I didn't know if there was any room for a crowd or an audience.
I'm sorry, I should have said, well, that's okay. Everyone can do their own thing.
You don't play pitch?
Yeah, really. It did sort of come across that way, didn't it?
I know, it did. I forgot how
I play
to be.
Uno. You
I
guys should
love
have
Uno.
an Uno tournament.
Yes. We could win that.
Please. Not a fan.
Please, she says.
Not a fan. Do you play Uno?
I love Uno.
Well, that's cards.
okay.
Kind of.
I'm sorry.
kind of.
I've forgotten how to be a very kind teacher.
Boy, I guess. Anyway, back to the
Soon we
tournament.
forget. Yeah. So, but then, the main thing about the golf course is that you can play golf there. And I saw Keith out mowing yesterday. The course is looking good. Still time to join. We like to have new members. We have new member incentive. And if you are a member and you haven't paid your dues, it's time.
Well, Julie's going to come knock it.
The hammer.
I won't come knocking. I just want everyone to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you golf, Steve?
I don't.
You don't golf?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I've never golfed. I tell people, I might be really good. That's
My dad, of course, was
Yes.
a really good golfer and spent a ton of time
He did.
at the golf course. He took me out once, and that was about all I really needed to figure out that I
Really?
didn't really care for golf. I do play about once a year, though. My wife generally sponsors the Jim Faust Memorial
Yes.
Tournament, so she drags me out there. I do my damage to the course, and then I don't come back for a year.
Well, I'll tell you, when Richard Fortney was on yesterday with emergency
Yeah.
management, it made me think about my job at the golf course. And when I was a teacher for so long, I was a teacher and I was a manager there since 2020. And I realized it's so different at the country club and the golf course because what Richard does and what I did, as a teacher, every minute counts, every second. For him, it can be,
Sure.
life and death. And at school, if you're a minute late, you're tardy.
Right.
Every second counts. The bell rings, you're late. But out there, It's not like that at all. Like, the people will be there. Yeah, my buddy's 20 minutes late. He'll be here. It doesn't matter. They don't care about time.
Yeah.
It's a very nice place to be because they go there to play.
Yeah.
Maybe we should golf.
You should. I mean, if I had time, well, I have time, but I mean, my sister golfs and she says I should golf and I probably should golf, but I don't know. I like to read. I sit out there and read sometimes, and it is just a nice place, even on the porch. If you need to have a meeting, we can we have a group of ladies that play bridge out there sometimes, and we do have the clubhouse that you can rent or borrow, or just come out and hang out and sit on the porch is very nice. It really is just a nice place to be.
Yeah. And of course, all your leagues and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about, really.
Oh, yeah. We have.
Tell me about the leagues.
There's men's league, and Zach Trimmel and Rick Langrieb run that, and that'll be gearing up. That's May through August. I think their first men's league this year is on May 8th. So every Thursday night they play. They have a partner. There's two-man teams, and they have a meal that night. They pay money up front, and then they golf every week, and it's a fun time.
I bet.
Yeah. The women also have, their day is Wednesday, so there's a group of ladies that golf Wednesday mornings, and sometimes there are some that come Wednesday evening. We also have tri-clubs, so we partner with North English, Kyoto, Sigourney. They call that the tri-club.
Okay.
And they have events at each course, so you can go and play those 3 courses together. That's kind of a nice thing. Of course, we have our tournaments. We can't have too many tournaments because people also want to golf.
Well, that's a good thing.
And we close the course when we have tournaments. So, but the first tournament is the Saturday, I think, before Memorial Day. So the last Saturday of the month. And it's a fireworks fundraiser. So we all love our 4th of July here in Sigourney. So you could come out. Even if you don't want to golf, you can come make a donation or come and golf. Come hang out with me.
She's trying to get us to golf.
Well,
she just keeps
I suppose we
at
could
us.
all go golf together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have clubs. I mean, that's the
We could all
thing.
learn.
The thing is, there's just, you have to get the clubs. You have to get
And know which one to use
I
at
know.
which time.
It's so
Why are there so many of them?
complicated, and it's a wonderful game, though. I'm sure it is.
You need to get somebody that's would patiently take you under their wing,
Right.
and show you how to golf. Like we usually have my friend Michael Dietrich.
Oh, sure.
He
Yeah.
usually is on our team for the Jim Faust thing, and he's the only one that really knows how to
Yeah,
golf. He's like, here's the club you want to use.
Okay, see, that's what I would need. Otherwise, I'd be using that
And then
big thing.
he tries to tell us how to get our stance. And,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
And
so.
when he golfs, he walks. He does not rent a cart. He walks the course.
to walk the course.
Not a lot of those. There are a few that do walk the course, and
Yeah, that walking's for the birds.
But it would help us in our weight loss
You're
journey.
not
Neil.
wrong. You're not wrong.
yeah, I don't know how many miles you have to walk to lose a pound, but you know,
Yeah.
every little bit helps.
I'm hoping 2.5 blocks
these-
every morning is like
these
3 pounds a
stairs
day.
out here.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
We have some high school meets coming up in April. There's one in May, so the course will be closed for those two. Those are, after school, 4-ish, 4:15, 4:30-ish. There are 3 of those, I think, in April. And I put the calendar on our Facebook page, Sigourney Golf and Country Club. I think it is on Facebook.
I think I stole that from your page. We'll bring that up on
and
the
when
screen.
when you go to our Facebook page, there's a link to our website. We do have a kind of a nice website that has the calendar and everything on it. I think I pinned the calendar on Facebook though, but there's some pictures and the scorecard, a map, how to get there. Like somebody like Michael Dietrich, anybody that lives outside 50 miles, they get a
Right.
discounted membership.
Cool.
We'd like to have lots of members. And
Yeah.
let's see. I told you about men's league, women's league. There's also on Tuesday nights 2-4 Tuesdays. I think that starts in. That might not start until June, but men's league is very you have to be signed up. They need subs sometimes, but on Tuesdays it's more come if you can. So not pressure, just come, and they play a
Now,
little
if Neil
bit.
shows up in a skirt, is he?
Yeah, I think because it can be men or women or anyone in between. So Neil, you'd fit in.
I'm not even sure which
I
way
know.
to go with this yet, because
That'd be weird.
that took 3 turns at the same time.
Yeah. Tuesday is
So you're saying you're open to everyone
on Tuesday.
Let's not go there.
On Tuesday.
on Tuesdays.
And then we'll just have like hot dogs for sale, and yeah, so easy peasy on Tuesday nights. Let's see, the clubhouse is for rent.
Now you got your list of stuff there.
I do. I think I've said, it's the teacher in me. Got to have my
Yeah.
lesson plan. A little.
I'm looking at the comments. You have several fans in the comments. I know Rick Landgrebe is in there chatting it up.
Rick
Amber's
Landgrebe's
happy
on
to see you.
our board.
All right.
And who else?
We got Nathan Wood in the comments. Also happy to see you.
Yeah.
So and Nathan Connor just popped on.
Oh, did he?
Saying wow. He said wow. I think he was talking about the Neil and the skirt comment.
Wow.
Were you?
It sounded like this. Wow.
I'm just here to please.
Yeah. So right now the way it's working is people call me. I live literally a mile away from the country club, so people call me and I go rent them a cart or whatever. In April, we'll have somebody there more regularly, but my number is on the door. People can pull in and see my number, and Linda Yates's number is on the door. I should mention my great employees.
Yeah.
Brooke is the latest, and she has only worked the pitch tournaments, and she's bound and determined to manage the Sigourney pool again this summer. And bless her heart,
It'd be odd if she didn't. I mean,
I know.
honestly.
Yeah, we need the swimming pool too, but I've got her working in. So I got Linda Yates, Alyssa Trimmel. You may know her as Alyssa Manchester, but now she too is my niece. And she's a Trimmel. She married my nephew Chase. And Meredith Castor. Those are my full-time people. And then I have a lot of volunteers. And Barb Smith, Barb Fritchen, Serena Bushman, Pat Militich, and Merla Morse volunteer out there regularly. And without our volunteers, we'd be... it'd be harder to keep the doors open. And I think a lot of golf courses are that way, around these little towns. It's tough. People say, oh, you have money. Yeah, but if tractor breaks, we're in trouble. And the greens are expensive and the chemicals are expensive.
Right.
And so we are lucky to have a golf course here in town.
Sure. And you, speaking of Brooke at the pool, we should have Brooke in as a guest
thinking the same
sometime to talk about the pool coming up.
Thank you.
Brooke, if you're watching, consider yourself booked as a guest here sometime in the near future.
She always blames me at getting her in trouble, and so here we go again.
Yep.
When I was beginning teacher, she was one of my cheerleaders. That's where I met her, and I was subbing. And remember those days?
Oh, I do remember those
y'all
days.
were in
My wife would have been in that same bunch there.
Yes, and then she worked for me at the pool. I managed the pool, and she was one of my lifeguards. And then you fast forward, I don't know, let's say 10 years, but it might have been more than that. Then I worked for her. She was the manager, and I worked for her. And then we were co-managers. And yeah, we go way back. So now I got her working for me again, as it should
full
be.
Circle, yeah. Got it back around again.
Now, as you mentioned, Sigourney is lucky to have a golf course, lucky to have the pool,
bowling
and
alley,
the stuff that we do.
Right.
Yeah,
And I hope people support those things. We're lucky to have Brothers Market.
Oh, yeah.
Barnwired. I love this town. And my sister moved here. She lived in Kentucky for a long time. My older sister Martha, and she loves being in Sigourney.
That's awesome.
She really. This is a great town.
Yep.
And we're lucky to have you too, Steve and Neil.
Oh, wow. I even got thrown in the mix.
And now I feel bad. Like, I know there's other things I
Oh,
should be mentioning, other places. What else do I need to? all your fine sponsors.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect.
Everybody that is
Perfectly
rotating
done.
down there in the corner. Everybody that does a 30-second ad. No, I mean, how many other small towns could keep something like what I'm doing
Sure.
up and going? I mean, probably not too many.
Right.
So
I should probably mention our great schools also.
Yes.
Great principals, Shannon Webb, Deanna Spence.
Yep.
Almost said the wrong name.
Yeah, we got a great community, and I'm lucky to have all this stuff. So once again, coming up this weekend, the Masters.
Gotta find out.
We always
who-
like to give the little growl to it, like Metallica.
Yeah, and
Masters.
Jeanette said we have to find out who is the master.
What's the prize?
True.
They,
Is there a prize, or is this an
they
ego?
pay to play, and
Okay.
so then that money they just
They just get all of the. Oh.
like they pay the top three. That's
Okay.
how it's been. Jeanette and Chad Heistoffer have kind of
Okay.
they are the bosses. What's the word? The people that run the thing, and I'm a helper.
Chairman.
They're the chair people.
There you go.
That's not it.
The Masters Mafia.
Exactly.
You want paid, you come back to the back room.
Because you got to be family.
All right. Well, lots of stuff happening at the Sigourney Golf Course, this weekend and coming up here in the spring and summer. So
Yeah, we have a lot of great tournaments, and people have fun at those. I love working the tournaments; they are great. You mentioned Jim Faust, Billy Klatt, and Danny Hamilton Memorial Tournament. I think that's in June. There's some good times to be had at the golf course.
Yeah. All right.
awesome.
Sigourney Golf and Country Club. Find us on Facebook. Look
Yes.
for our webpage.
Yes. Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Thanks.
And you
Good
were
job,
nervous.
Julie.
Yeah, you were nervous.
I was never nervous.
You said you were when you walked in.
No,
Your legs were shaking and
You
everything.
said you were.
Oh, I love how she's so quick.
You're
to
nervous
turn
that
it.
Julie's here.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I do
That's
have
not
a hard
true.
time not getting the teacher thing going on.
Are you going to be at the Iowa Music Showcase later
I
on today?
will be at the Iowa
All
Music
right.
Showcase. I look
Julie,
forward to it.
Yeah, since you retired from teaching, you're
know.
you're one of our regulars.
Yeah.
I know, because all those years I was like, man, I'd like to do that, but why Friday at 11:30? Like,
Because why not?
I know, and now it's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you do on Friday?
We have our regulars, and we're glad to have you there as one of them. So,
Yeah, I'm glad to be there.
and we'll have Jesse Wilson coming up later on. Jesse's going to be calling in here to kind of hype up his upcoming show today. Well, Julie, we're going to let you go.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks
You're
for
a great
stopping by.
guest. Well,
Peace out.
maybe we'll have to do this just kind of every once in a while, and you
Sure.
can hype
Yeah.
up stuff at the golf course.
Okay.
All right, that's
Sounds
Julie
good.
Tremmel from
you.
the Sigourney Golf Course here in Sigourney.
Keep
Oh,
up the
yeah.
good work.
That's usually the way it works when you're from Sigourney. Ooh, yep. There we go. Now it's just Neil and I.
Oh,
Julie can skedaddle.
I think that's what she was whispering in the corner here. Can I leave? Is it time?
Let me go.
I want to get out of here.
All right. Let's take a little bit of a break. Maybe when we come back, we'll play. Our schedule is
Yes.
totally off track
Oh,
right
that's
now.
fine. It's
It's
Friday.
totally fine. That's the way we like to do
Friday.
it. Let's get some of our sponsors out of the way, and then we'll be back with. We'll take another look at our forecast, run down some things, and maybe play a little game here on Steve Shetler Media. Just another morning show.
Iowa Edelweiss wine from Tassel Ridge Winery is a great wine for spring. It's a fruity, semi-sweet white wine that offers orange, pear, and pineapple hints on both the nose and palate. It's great served chilled and simply sipped, and it enhances spicy Asian stir fry or a traditional family dinner of glazed ham studded with pineapple. Tassel Ridge, Iowa Edelweiss is available at many of our 350 retailers in Iowa. Look for the tall blue bottle with an image of a wine glass on the label.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Hey, we thank Helmuth Ford. We thank all of our sponsors, Tassel Ridge Winery, American Family, Christy Tarr over in Oskaloosa for being sponsors here on Steve Shuttler Media. Of course, we thank Julie Tremmel from the Sigourney Golf and Country Club for being a guest. She was a great guest.
Yeah.
Way to book her, Neil.
No problem.
I need to put you in charge of booking guests.
I got a couple lined up.
Oh, well, all right.
There you go.
So we are doing Just Another Morning Show, headline sponsored by Brothers Market. We're from the Osky Dental Studios. Good old Toothy. Let's see here. Let's run through some of our stuff. I'm looking over at my schedule. I'm just talking out loud.
Oh, there you
this
go.
Or that. Let's take a look at this
Let's
or that.
do it.
All right. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. So chocolate-covered goodies or caramel, or if you're fancy, caramel covered. Chocolate or caramel?
I like chocolate, and I like caramel.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd want both if I could have the choice. But I would go caramel.
All right.
I love caramel and caramel.
And caramel.
Caramel.
Either one. I hate it when people do that in the comments and they're like, both. That's kind of like, as you're cheating. You have to, it's like, pick.
One or the other. Pick, man.
But I'll go with both.
I hate it, but I'm going to go with both.
Get your comments in. That goes up each weekday at 6 a.m. on Facebook here on Steve Shuttler Media. Question of the day, sponsored by Amy's Salon House Spa, 202 North Main, Sigourney. This goes up at noon every weekday on my Facebook page. What was your favorite lunch at your school cafeteria?
Oh, boy. That's...
Of course, you always think of Sarah
Smithhart.
Smithhart's cinnamon rolls and the pizza and beef and noodles.
See, now the beef and noodles I wasn't a huge fan of. I'll tell you what, to this day, I do not care for beef stew.
Really?
And that's because of the school's beef stew.
It ruined you.
It did. And Polish sausage. I want to get that out and not Polish sausage. The Polish sausage, sauerkraut, and like sliced potatoes. What a weird meal. I don't know if I can remember what was a favorite, though. Probably the pizza, honestly, because it was just easy, and Fridays for chocolate milk.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I didn't care what we had as long as I had chocolate milk. I
always had the special chocolate milk or
the
whatever.
extra milk card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like regular white milk.
Right.
It's just I don't care for it. I'm picky. But I'll drink chocolate milk like it's going out of style.
Yep.
So
I would love chocolate milk. I could drink a gallon a day. I would be dead, but I would love to be able to. But I would have to go with pizza. That's weird.
Yeah. I don't really remember having a favorite meal, but the cinnamon rolls were obviously always
right. I take that back. I always looked forward to the holiday meals like Thanksgiving or because it was
turkey.
A little bit more and had a little cup of ice cream. Sure. There again,
special.
Yeah, I guess it was
those milk products
that I shouldn't have gotten
coming back to haunt you. You're wanting stuff that you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's
the story of my life.
That goes up at noon. Make sure you get your comments in on that. Let's go through on this date in history, shall we? Since it is Friday, March 14th. I'm looking over at the calendar over yonder. On this date in history, 1964. On this date, a jury in Dallas found Jack Ruby guilty of murdering Lee Harvey Oswald, who, of course, was the assassin of JFK.
Right.
It's not that hard to find somebody guilty of murdering somebody else when they do it on live TV.
Well, true. Yeah, people just don't do it right anymore.
1968, the last episode of the TV show Batman aired.
What year?
1968.
Wow, so all of those were reruns.
With Adam West.
I remembered watching. Okay.
And Burt, whatever his name was. To think that all of these Batman movies and all it started with Batman on TV.
With
back
the
in
with the
60s.
infamous scene of them, the two of them climbing up the wall of a building, when it really was the camera turned sideways.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome.
My microphone just turned on.
I
heard you talking about turning.
Wow.
And my microphone went loosey-goosey on me. And then 1986 on this date, Robert McDonald set the world record for going without sleep. 453 hours, 40 minutes. That is 19 days.
I was just going to ask how many. 19 days
Basically
without sleeping.
3 weeks without sleep. I would go crazy, literally.
Wow, that sounds impossible.
Yeah, 1986.
I mean, I went without a couple extra hours this morning, and I'm dying.
Today on the National Day calendar, it's National Write Down Your Story Day.
Oh,
all right.
Really? Okay. No milk.
Once upon a time, I was born. So
I would love to write a story. We should write each other's story.
National Write Your Own Story Day. It's National Children's Craft Day.
Oh, okay.
I love craft. It's National Learn About Butterflies Day. You know, we talked the other day about how butterflies are disappearing. It's also National Potato Chip Day.
Oh.
That's one thing I've been trying to cut back on in 2025.
I thought of you last night.
Potato chips.
I was thinking about you last evening, wanting a
snack.
snack.
As you were munching?
I wanted a snack, and I kept looking at those chips, and in my head was Steve. I heard him, I could hear his voice. I've been trying to stay away from chips. And I'm like, so I went ahead and ate the chips.
I've been trying to stay away from potato chips, and I've been trying to cut down on my pop intake. It's working a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
also working better for you.
It's also National Pie Day.
Oh, well.
Like P-I, because it's 3/14.
Oh, I thought you meant like cherry pie, apple pie.
I mean, it could be. But
I get it. 3/14.
Yeah. National Pie Day, if you're a mathematician.
Well, that's just weird.
So those are things going on today. Let's once again take a look at our forecast. Maybe people are just joining us. They're wondering what the weather is going to be. Weather sponsored by Garden Gate in Sigourney. Wind advisory goes into effect at 1. Also a red flag warning along with that means don't burn outside. Things could get out of control. So windy today, warming up to a high of 81, which could spark some showers and thunderstorms coming up tonight. Now, southeast Iowa, kind of on that radar where they're saying some stuff could potentially break out this evening. And if they do, it'll be fast-moving storms. So just something to keep in mind on this Friday, especially afternoon, going into the evening. So that is a look at our forecast. Before we go any further, should we try to do our giveaway?
We could at least open up the phone lines and give these people a chance to
bring us back
get brave.
All right, so we're going to open up the phone lines. 641-622-6262. What's that number again?
It is 641-622-6262.
All right, so if you want to play the game, I'm trying to fast forward here through some of my papers.
Yeah.
We've got another Irish game to play. Now, yesterday we had Amber played the yes game. She didn't really want to say yes to much of anything. Like I was saying, do you like to smell other people's feet? She didn't want to say yes to that. One was, do you basically stalk your ex on Facebook?
Yeah, that seemed like a hard no.
Yeah, she really didn't want to say yes to that one. Do you want to get the poop emoji tattooed on your forehead?
That was the best.
She didn't want to say yes to that. But she did say yes that she was oddly attracted to clowns.
Isn't that weird that some people are so frightened of clowns and Amber is attracted to them?
Amber likes them. So if you're a clown, I don't know if Amber is taken or not. I don't know her situation.
Right. I mean, put on a clown nose, you might have it. There you go, Amber. We're lining them up for you.
Hi, Amber.
Good morning.
Hey, if you want to play today's game, it is called Test Your Green. Again, this is a St. Patrick's Day themed game.
So we're
going to say if you get 2 out of 3 right, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Oh.
You will get a $10 gift card to James Family Greenhouse. So all you have to do is get 2 out of 3 of these multiple choice questions correct, and you'll get a $10 gift card to James Family Greenhouse. It's that easy. James Family Greenhouse, popular place to go. Of course, they've got the flowers, they've got some plants, they've got
all kinds of hanging stuff.
Yeah, the hanging baskets. They've got the metal art. They've got
Yeah.
decorations. Great place to shop. So a $10 gift card, it would help towards your purchase at James Family Greenhouse. If you want to play Test Your Green, give me a call. The phone is not ringing yet.
It is 641.
Kind of disappointed.
622-6262.
What is it?
641. 622-62.
See, you see it right there at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Right down there.
Yeah.
It's going across. 64162. So who wants to play Test Your
And
Green?
I understand if you're driving down the road listening, and I get it. You can't just, you don't
Still,
want to
you
turn
can
off
still
the
call.
show. But yeah, you know what? Turn the show off. We're going to be stupid the rest of the time. Turn it off. Call us in. Call us up. Call us in.
Basically, who wants a $10 gift
Yeah.
card to James Family
There you
Greenhouse?
go.
It's really that easy. Oh, all right. So we
Sweet.
have a brave soul. Let me turn the phone up. Who do we have on the phone lines this morning? Good morning.
Jackie.
Jackie. Oh, is this Jackie McDermott?
McDermott, yeah.
All right,
Hey,
Jackie,
Jackie.
one of our faithful viewers and watchers and listeners here on Steve Shuttler Media. All right, Jackie, so the game is, again, it's called Test Your Green, and you have to get 2 out of 3 of these right. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you multiple choices. You just have to guess the right one. Are you ready to start this up?
Well, sure.
All right, let's do it. Here is Jackie. All right, Jackie, what is the capital of Ireland? Your choices are Dublin, Ireland City, Des Moines, or Greenville. What is the capital of Ireland?
We'll go with Dublin.
Dublin. That is correct. Yay!
All right.
All right, so you only need to get 1 out of 2 to win the prize. All right. So the second question is, what is soccer called in Ireland? The game of soccer. What is it called in Ireland? Your options are ballykicky.
Ballykicky? Is that what it says?
Yes, ballykicky. Football, jig practice, or hurling. What is soccer called in Ireland?
Well, it's called football.
It is called football.
Oh, I thought it was hurling.
I thought it was called ballykicky.
Ballykicky.
All right, so we'll just do the third one just for the fun of it. This is probably the easiest of the 3. What will you find at the end of a rainbow? I'm not even going to give you options. What do you find at the end of a rainbow?
Well, a pot of gold, of course.
A pot of gold.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Were you really
I was going to
stumped?
think leprechaun.
Neil was stumped by that.
Well, I'm stumped by all these. I mean,
So, Jackie, I'm going to give your name to James Family Greenhouse, and you can just stop in and get your $10 gift card. They'll have your name there waiting for you. So, Jackie McDermott, our prize winner. Jackie, thanks so much for calling in.
We'll see you at the Iowa Music Showcase
All right,
at 7:30.
Jackie's another one that comes to our Iowa Music Showcase. Jackie, we appreciate you, and we'll see you later on today.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Thanks,
that is
Jackie.
Jackie McDermott, our prize winner. See, we've had 5 different winners.
Right.
Just keep in mind also, if you do win, you can only win once a month. That's going to be the running rule here on Steve Shuttler Media.
And don't be coming up with alternative names, Alan.
Yeah, Alan Sellers. We know your alternative name.
Yes.
Alan. All right. Before we go any further, let's take a look at our tournament, shall
Let's
we?
do it.
Actually, let's take a look at our pet of the week.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yesterday I ran down to Ottumwa to get the weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society in Ottumwa. Our weekly pet, always sponsored by Fairy Dog Grooming Salon. And Garfield
That is his name.
is our weekly pet. And I tell you what, if you watch the video, you can't really tell from this picture. Garfield is a handful.
He looks big.
He's a bigger cat. I think they were approximating that he is about 12 pounds.
Oof.
So he's a big sized boy.
Wow.
But if you watch the video also, you could tell this is a lap cat.
Oh.
And he just wants to chill out and
I
lay
like
on your
that
lap
kind of cat.
and get some love. So
I like his little stash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not maybe symmetrical, but I love that he's got a little mustache. That's
so
cool.
Garfield, our weekly pet at the Heartland Humane Society. Would be a great cat for somebody to adopt, along with all the cats and dogs at the Heartland Humane Society. Okay, let's take a look at our For the Fun of It tournament. It's 80s rock bands for this month, and it's brought to us by Shetler Insurance Services on the east side of the square.
I've heard of that place.
I tell you what, Stacy is busy.
She's busy.
We've got Aerosmith. If I had a voice, I would attempt to make a Steven Tyler type of a noise.
I was going to tell you this yesterday. I would like it if you'd quit trying to sing because you're going to ruin your voice. So just give it a rest, buddy.
So we've got Aerosmith against Styx, another band. I mean, this is a tough one.
Seriously,
both of these bands are great.
This may be about the toughest one. Great, because you are going to have the diehards on both of these.
Yeah,
honestly, because I mean, good grief, Aerosmith's been around since what, 1940, and
Steven Tyler's mouth.
Whew.
Guy has the biggest mouth. He does. Between him and Freddie Mercury, I don't know who had the bigger mouth, but both.
I'm not even going to pick one of these.
Fantastic singer. Yeah, I mean, like I said yesterday. Oh, dang it! I meant to bring in my autographed picture of Styx to show off.
Oh man!
Because as I was mentioning yesterday, if you're around Sigourney at all, you know that Craig McClanahan is a huge fan, like mega super duper fan of Styx. And Craig treated me to a Styx concert several years ago, where Craig knows the backstage people, the roadies, so well that he got us backstage, and I got to meet Styx and Dennis DeYoung, and it was quite the experience. So I'm going with Styx. Have I ever told you the story about how Styx Paradise Theater was my first ever album?
No.
That I owned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first full-length vinyl album that I ever owned. My Aunt Kathy was in one of those record clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you join and you get like 20 albums for a penny.
Yep. I loved those.
And she was like, she'd let me pick one of the albums for myself.
Oh, cool.
I was like, yeah. So I got Styx Paradise Theater. Huh. So that was my first album. So,
that's very cool.
Thanks, Aunt Kathy, to giving me my free album back in the day. All right, overall, your tournament, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Van Halen, Bon Jovi, all solid contenders in this tournament. Moving into the second round, we're over on the left-hand side, Aerosmith and Styx battling it out. Aerosmith does have the lead.
Oh, they do?
As of last check. So scroll back through. Went up at 6 p.m. last evening. Give a thumbs up for Aerosmith or a heart for Styx, and get your votes in. Coming up Sunday evening, the next matchup will go live. AC/DC against Kiss. That should be a good one.
Yeah.
Also next week, Journey, REO Speedwagon, and Def Leppard Skid Row. So great matchups coming up on this tournament right now. It's Aerosmith and Styx. Let's go to some things you need to know.
I need to know a lot.
Let me bring that up. Let me do this, and then hit that, and then all sorts of magical things happen. By the way, we do have Jesse Wilson calling in at about 8 a.m. this morning here on Just Another Morning Show. He is our musician for today's Iowa Music Showcase. And things you need to know, we all know that eggs are expensive right now. The average cost of a dozen grade A eggs is back up to a record high of $5.90.
That's the average?
I guess.
No.
I
I've seen some a lot higher.
What's that?
I've seen some a lot higher.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess, the national average is $5.90 for eggs. They're grade A eggs.
Oh.
Are there like grade B or grade AA?
I really don't know.
Grade D?
I just know there's sizes also.
Okay.
Like large, extra large. I don't know. Grade, aren't they all?
Grade.
Tell us about the eggs, people.
D minus?
Yeah, we don't know enough about the grading scale of eggs.
All right. Let's see here. Alan Jackson. Did you know Alan Jackson is retiring from touring?
He is.
I didn't know that.
No, I hadn't heard it.
They say after selling 75 million records worldwide, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. What does that mean?
I don't know. It's hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Hotter than a hoochie coochie. So he sold 75 million albums. He's won 2 Grammys, 16 CMAs, 17 ACM awards. Alan Jackson wrapping up his career. He's got some concerts, one tonight in Orlando. I got a festival in Texas in April, a concert in Tampa in the end of April, and then his final show ever, for some reason, is in Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
On May 17th.
You'd think it'd be in Chattahoochee.
Or you think it'd be way down yonder in Nashville.
Right.
But Milwaukee, of all places. Going to have Alan Jackson's final show. You think he'll pull a George Strait and still do like, if I can sell out a mega stadium somewhere.
Or maybe, you know what, I could see Alan Jackson be the type, though, to say, hey, I'm from here on out, I'm retiring.
I'm done.
And just be done. Does it say how old he is?
400.
What the? I don't know. What? 400.
402.
You said it so 400. Oh, okay, good.
Alan's mustache is, I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, I didn't know.
60s?
Maybe.
I'm guessing 70 maybe.
I could look it up, but it's not that important.
You got Google right there in front of you. So do you remember the group In Vogue?
Oh, yeah.
They were the black gals that sang. They were like a group. And
what was one of the songs? Oh, I almost had it in my head even. I liked them. I'm just going to throw it out there. They were good.
This is kind of shocking. Word is that Dawn Robinson of In Vogue has revealed that she's been living in her car for 3 years.
Well, they weren't very good.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow.
Tough times for Dawn Robinson of In Vogue.
Oh, no.
She says she has no shame in it, though, so that's just the way it is.
Oh.
So it's kind of... Maybe she chooses to live in her car.
I was going to say, so if there's no shame in... you give me a van...
down by the river.
I could live in it. I'd like it.
Other stuff you need to know, the average tax refunds so far have been up to 7.5%, or have been up 7.5% this year.
Oh.
So people getting refunds are getting more money back. However, the IRS says they are still seeing fewer early returns. So people are taking their time, getting their taxes and their tax stuff in. But the good news is people are seeing higher returns.
That's good.
On their taxes.
I suppose the ones that aren't in a hurry to get them back aren't getting big,
Maybe
honestly.
that'll bring down...
Right. I'm guessing that's part of it.
Bring things down.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Yeah,
never gonna get it, never... Yep, that's one of them. Yeah. I guess I didn't have that many hits. That's why she's living in her car. Sorry.
Are you much of a book reader?
I know. I'd love to be. I'm not.
Don't have time?
It puts me to sleep. I'm not even trying to be funny. It's just...
It's just the way your brain works.
Yeah, when I start reading about 5 minutes in, I'm just... Ugh.
So my daughter, quite a while ago, my daughter Riley is quite the book reader.
Yeah.
She's an avid book reader. I really was at one point. I would read several books a year. I've kind of fallen off on my book reading, but I did read the Hunger Games books.
Really?
Riley turned me on to the Hunger Games books.
Yeah?
It was really when they were super popular,
Sure.
when she was in school. And I don't know. She was at that age where I wasn't quite sure. You had heard about what the books were about. Death, kids dying.
Right.
So I wanted to read them myself. And I was like, oh, these are really good books.
No kidding.
Now there is a 5th Hunger Games book that comes out next week called Sunrise on the Reaping. So the 5th Hunger Games.
So have you read all 4 before it? Or
I think so.
No kidding?
Yeah. The movies.
Has there been 4 movies? I don't know. I know I've heard of 1 or 2. So
the movies didn't live up to
really?
To the books. It's one of those where you read the books, you get it in your head what things look like.
See, this is why I can't read also, because that's what everybody that reads says. Oh, no, the movie was nothing like the book. Yeah. Well, I fell asleep in the book. So the movie's all I got.
So there's another Hunger Games book coming out if you like those books. Blake Lively, the actress, she's been in headlines here recently.
Yep.
Not for good things either. She's been granted a modified protective order in her legal battle against Justin Baldoni and others involved with the project It Ends With Us. The judge said, quote, an attorney's eyes only designation for the legal stuff here can only be applied if their disclosure is, quote, highly likely to cause a significant business, commercial, financial, or privacy injury. I don't know what this is all talking about, but Blake Lively.
All I know is I got a little lost there for a second.
Yeah, there's lots of words.
Again, reading.
Word salad.
Yeah. Woo, word salad.
Spinal Tap. Did you like that movie?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Stupid.
It was. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was funny.
And it was a long time ago.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I think when I saw it...
Is that like 70s?
Yeah.
Early 80s?
I don't think
maybe?
I saw it till the late 80s.
Spinal Tap 2.
Oh.
Why is everybody intent on ruining the legacy of original stuff? I don't know.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, is the name of the new one. It'll be released in September. So I don't know if that's in theaters or if it's going to be on a streaming service. But, that's another way that that they're ruining movies' legacies is they know they're not good enough to be out in theaters.
Right.
So they're just kind of like, oh, we'll throw it out on
a streaming
Peacock
platform
or Netflix or
and
Disney.
Do you remember back in the days, I'm thinking back in VHS tapes,
Yeah.
that very seldom, but once in a while you'd hear going straight
to
video.
video.
And it was like, what? Why? What does that mean? And, back then it was so
because
different.
It sucks.
Yeah, you didn't realize it then, but now it's just all the time. So, whatever.
Speaking of movies that suck, Disney... Pretty much everything that Disney has put out the last several years has sucked. It has its hands full with their upcoming, semi-live action version of Snow White. Have you heard about this at all?
I've heard about it, and I think there's a preview available now.
A lot of people are calling this the woke version of Snow White.
Oh, I hate everything woke.
Let's see here, because this is a strong Snow White. She doesn't need no man.
Oh, boy. Oh, are you serious?
She doesn't need her prince. And the story that they're saying behind her, she's not a white person. Snow White, which, in the original, she's Snow White. So the new one is a liberal, in real life, a liberal Palestinian supporter. Rachel Zegler is the new Snow White.
Okay.
Evidently, there's a lot of tension between Rachel Zegler, the new Snow White, and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen in the movie, as she is an Israeli. So,
my.
It hits theaters a week from today. It's a disaster.
That whole thing just sounds dumb.
The originally... Instead of dwarfs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, they probably can't use dwarfs now.
Yeah, they were afraid to use little people.
Sure.
So, they had kind of a DEI version of dwarfs. Like, they were including everybody.
Oh, come on.
They went away from that because they put a trailer out, and it was just met online like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
Just last night, I believe on Hulu maybe, I saw that there was you could see a preview of it.
Okay.
I'll have to watch that now.
So they did go with more of an animated dwarfs. It's like, why not just hire some little people to be the dwarfs?
Think about it. What would Willy Wonka, the original movie, be without? Or Wizard of Oz? I mean, it would not be the same movie. Good grief.
So it's just, man...
Disney
be real.
Quit
trying to do things the way that Disney is doing.
Well,
things.
Disney has let it be known that they are not a white company anymore.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
Moving on, because I know we're going to have Jesse Wilson calling in here any moment.
Sure.
Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges.
You can roll your R's.
There's the phone line. Hang on one second. We'll get to you here, Jesse, momentarily. Ruffles has announced that their smokehouse barbecue chips are back and are sticking around this time. Neil, do you eat the smokehouse barbecue chips?
I've had them.
Ruffles?
They're not bad.
Those chips, they're dangerous.
I mean, I used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm against chips.
You're a former chip eater. All right, let's go to the phone lines. I'm assuming
true.
that this is Jesse Wilson on the phone lines. Jesse, is it you?
This is Jesse. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I got a little drive ahead of me, but I'm doing well this morning.
All right. So, you called in right on time at 7:59. Now, you are heading to Sigourney today. Again, we're talking to Iowa country artist Jesse Wilson. Jesse's part of our Iowa Music Showcase today. So, Jesse, where are you driving to Sigourney from? Where's your hometown?
Fort Dodge, Iowa. Beautiful Fort Dodge, Iowa.
I was saying you were from the Fort Dodge area. I wasn't positive if you were from Fort Dodge itself or not, but how long of a drive do you have in front of you?
I believe we got about 2.5 left or so.
2.5 hours. Now, are you already on the road?
I am already on the road. I figured I better get a jump on. I cut it kind of close last time I was down. So.
Well, that's totally fine. I remember, it's funny because I remember the very first time you and I ever had an interview on the radio.
Yeah.
You showed up in the parking lot. The interview was scheduled for 11:30.
Yeah.
And I think you showed up in the parking lot at about 9.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little early that day. A little nervous.
Oh, wow. You were nervous. You weren't positive what time the interview was. So that's always going to stick in my brain as a funny memory of you.
That is funny.
So you're an Iowa country artist. You're coming from a long ways away. And you also just had a birthday the other day. So happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another day, but 45 years have gone by. But yeah, I just get older every year now. I don't take it too seriously anymore.
And you're not afraid to say your age. That's also cool.
There you go.
There's no shame in it.
I'm 52, so I got you by a few years here.
Just a couple.
Yeah. So did you have a good birthday? Did anything special happen?
Yeah, we did have a good birthday. I think we had a jam, and we had some friends come over and just had an all-around, sit-around jam, good time. So.
Awesome. Was that the thing with Bubba Starts? Was he involved in that?
Yeah, that was like a showcase thing there too. Each artist went up and did their thing.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. That was fun.
Awesome. And of course, you're coming to Sigourney today. You're going to be on with me live from 11:30 to noon or noon-ish for our Iowa Music Showcase. We're going to get some original music out of you. We're going to get caught up with you. It's been probably about a year since you've been on the showcase, right?
That sounds about right. And I'm excited to show you some tunes.
Awesome. You got some new stuff that you're going to be playing today?
Yeah, I think I'm going to play at least one you haven't heard, and
cool.
Yeah, maybe two possibly. So.
Awesome. Well, I am looking forward to it. Well, yeah, and that's basically, I just wanted to get you on the phone today and get a little teaser in for later on today. So we'll get totally caught up with you later on during today's Iowa Music Showcase. I'm going to let you drive safely, and we'll see you here in a few hours at Barn Wired for our Iowa Music Showcase.
Sounds good, Steve. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right. That is Jesse Wilson. Jesse, we'll see you later. Thanks for calling in. Jesse Wilson for our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, he's coming to us all the way from Fort Dodge, so he's driving a while. And come out and support him and the Iowa Music Showcase at Barn Wired. You can be there live and in person. Watch it all happening live. Get some lunch, get something to drink, and watch the show. Watch it online or listen to it in podcast form after the fact. So, yeah, we've got a big showcase coming up later on today. Thanks to Jesse for taking time to call in.
Cool.
It is 8:03.
Whoa.
And let's get some of our sponsors in. Coming up later on this hour, we've got Tiffany Ketchum with the Iowa movie The Gates, and a lot more to get to here on Just Another Morning Show on Steve Shuttler Media.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Osky Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Osky Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Osky Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Osky Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Osky Dental. Winter in the Midwest can definitely be unpredictable. Whether it's a frozen or broken water pipe, fire emergency, or a surprise mold, ServPro of Ottumwa, Oskaloosa, and Grinnell Pella has you covered with trained professionals ready 24/7, 365 days a year to make your emergency like it never even happened. Visit servepro.com, Ottumwa, Oskaloosa, or call us at 641-682-0782. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Hey, we are back here on Steve Shuttler Media. Just another morning show on a Friday. And we do thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor. We thank Osky Dental for sponsoring our studios. Again, we are high above Sigourney.
Right
above Barn Wired on the square, south side of the square here in Sigourney. In the Osky Dental studios, again, Brothers Market, our headline sponsor.
We are high up here. If we're high enough, if I jumped off the... Well, not that. If we're high enough, though, if I jumped out the window, I'd hurt myself.
Yeah, I would well.
So, yeah.
I'm guessing a broken leg.
Probably. And that's all I need.
What do we got going on? Oh, we need to do today's impossible question. We have not done the impossible question. Let's today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. At the time of his assassination, this is a feel-good.
Yeah, really.
At the time of his assassination, what play was Abraham Lincoln watching? That's impossible.
Well, yeah.
That's a hard one.
That's an actual, real hard question.
I don't know if that one's actually taught in the books in history as to what play Abraham Lincoln.
I would love to know if anyone is that big of a history buff out there to know that.
So let's go way back in the comments here for a minute.
Yeah,
I don't think I have the opening comments.
Oh, man.
I'm assuming Bubby and Dan and the regulars, maybe Patrick were in there. We've got, from where I start on my comments, we've got Rick, we've got Sherry, Amber, Pat, Nathan, Jan, Bruce. Bruce Bynard.
Morning, Bruce.
Spotting. Sherry, Nancy, Jackie. Jackie, of course, was our winner. I got to remember to let James Family Greenhouse know that she won. Patrick's in there. Cindy, I apologize for the stalker. Yeah, that was in the comments. He's been blocked.
I pointed it out, and I'm like, oh, poor Cindy.
Amber says she has random clowns showing up to hit on her.
What? She does?
Amber says, if I have random clowns show up, it's all on you guys. So maybe she doesn't have them quite yet. Right. Cindy, Amber, thank you for the stars, by the way. If you don't know what Facebook stars are, you see the option to send stars to us. Go ahead. It's like giving us a little tip. It's like saying, hey, thanks for doing the morning show. Sherry again. Julie, of course, Julie Tremmel was a guest during the 7 o'clock hour talking about all things Sigourney Golf and Country Club. We got our main man, Anthony Schilling.
Good morning.
In the comments. And oh, wow.
What?
People actually know the answer to this question.
For real?
Of course Julie does.
Well, she Googled it.
And Amber also.
You Googled it too, Amber. You know you did.
Our American Cousin is the name of the play that Abraham Lincoln was watching when he got assassinated. Our American Cousin. How do people know that?
Never heard of it. Nor am I going to lose sleep tonight that I didn't know the answer.
Yeah, our American
How would
Cousin.
you know that? They didn't teach it, did they?
Julie probably did.
Wow, that's why I didn't learn it.
Julie says she did not use Google, so that's what's going on there. Hey, we have not, we just talked to Jesse Wilson. I probably, if I was smart and had thought about it, I would have put his face up on the screen. There's Jesse right there playing his guitar. He's going to be playing his guitar later on from 11:30 to noon today. The Iowa Music Showcase at Barn Wired. Again, get in there for today. Tomorrow, we've got the sports section live at Barn Wired. Sports section live at Barn Wired. We've got Trenton Hole from North Mahaska Schools. He is a shooter. He's
He's
good
a
with
shooter.
the shotgun. So he actually just signed to shoot his gun for William Penn.
Be on the... No.
So Trenton Hole, and then Rihanna Utterback. Somebody named Rihanna Back.
I've heard of her. I've heard of her.
She's done some wrestling.
Okay, yeah.
She's a wrestler.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Rihanna Utterback from Sigourney Kyoto. Yes, we're just joking. Of course, we all know who Rihanna Utterback is. She's going to be on the show tomorrow. Jenny Hobbs, our spring host for the sports section. Also,
yeah.
Let's take a look at our community calendar. It's brought to us by Enchanted Events. Great place to book your next event, whatever it may be. They've got a big event coming up on April 26th. Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys live and in concert at Enchanted Events. Well, you're making noises over there. You're grunting.
It was supposed to be a word, and then it got lost. I don't know.
Words are hard sometimes.
I'll tell you.
Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys, one of Iowa's premier bands, April 26th at Enchanted Events. Get your tickets, get your VIP tables in advance. It's going to be a great show. As we mentioned earlier with Julie Tremmel as our guest, we've got the Masters Pitch Tournament. That wraps up tomorrow at the Sigourney Golf and Country Club. Masters, that's going on there. Way in advance, coming up in June, Art on the Square. That'll be on the Square in Oskaloosa, Saturday, June 14th from 9 to 3. Always a big event in Oskaloosa. Let's see here. I'm going to get rid of that. Also on the calendar this weekend, North Mahaska FFA having their Farmers Breakfast. That'll be tomorrow from 7 to 11 a.m. Trying to see where that is located at.
Oh, wow. It is on
You have the date on the screen there. I can't quite read it, but I'm sure if you did a search for it. Farmers Breakfast, North Mahaska FFA, they can get you going on your Saturday morning. So that is our community calendar, sponsored by Enchanted Events. Birthdays. We got to do birthdays,
yes,
Neil.
We've got
now,
to
before we get into today's birthdays, we completely spaced off doing the birthdays yesterday. So the birthdays, of course, are always brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Belated birthdays to Danny Ballman for our hometown birthdays. We've got Danny Ballman, Brittany Sword, who we just saw last Friday at the Iowa Music Showcase, one of our Iowa musicians. Judy Irwin had a birthday yesterday, then Bill Hornback also had a birthday, and your celebrities also there. But let's bring up our birthdays for today. Let's hit the birthday music.
Oh.
I like birthday music. It makes me feel good and excited.
Excited.
Do it. Do it, birthday boy.
Hometown Real Estate, as Steve mentioned, is bringing you today's birthday. Nikki Leathers. You know what? She's not just a broker. She's an owner and a realtor.
Yes.
Give Nikki a call. 641-295-4142. Easy for me to say. Hometown birthdays today. Bill Minster.
Yeah.
No way. He is a legend. Having a birthday. What? Okay, is that... I got to look at the calendar. Okay, so today is his birthday. Today, Sandy Jones having a birthday. Ryan Sheets also celebrating today. Tomorrow, Sally Dobbins Bernard celebrating a birthday. And on Sunday, Ike Schmidt celebrating a birthday. So,
Ike, of course, from Sloan Moore Monument and the Keswick Tavern.
Right.
He is an entrepreneur. We should get Ike in if he'd want to be on. He could talk about his business ventures.
I'm writing his name down right now.
Ike?
Yeah, I am.
He's making the list.
I am. I got a good list started over here. Anyway, back to the celebrity birthdays. Michael Caine, wow, 92? I wouldn't have guessed him to be that old.
He's, of course, that English British
he's
actor.
been in a lot of different things.
He was in some of the newer Batman movies. I mean, as in like 15, 20 years ago.
Well, right. Boy, I still wouldn't have guessed him that old, though. Billy Crystal, 77. Yo, marvelous. Wasn't that how he said it? Marvelous. Rick Dees. Oh,
remember him?
Wow, 75.
I know. Rick Dees, top 40 or something like that?
Yes, it was. And he, believe it or not, what was it? It was stupid. He actually released a song
Really?
Oh, it was dumb. It was like almost a kid's song. I'll have to look it up lit But yeah, Rick D 75, Larry Johnson 56.
That guy was a stud. He was.
See, what you guys don't see is the look I just got was like it was for real in Steve's face. That guy was a stud.
Like he was a basketball player that could have been a linebacker.
Oh,
he was put together.
Oh.
Yeah,
really?
UNLV. He played for the Running Rebels. UNLV back in the day.
I remember the name.
UNLV was a fantastic team. Then went on to play, I think, for Charlotte Hornets for quite a while. So
really,
I'm a Larry Johnson fan. That guy.
Well, I'll have to redo a little research.
He's a man's man.
He's a man's man.
He's a manly man.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Country singer Christian Bush, 55 years old.
You know what?
Hit me up.
Part
Tell
of
me.
Sugarland.
Oh, okay.
Sugar.
Oh, really?
With what's her face?
Yeah,
Jennifer Nettles.
See,
he's just the guy.
Oh,
I mean, everybody
say,
knows that Sugarland was Jennifer Nettles.
Right.
He was just kind of the guy.
I didn't know he had a name.
Do you remember
when they had three?
They had three.
I was wondering if that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Because what happened there?
They had kind of the
other lady,
big bone lady.
Yeah.
She only lasted for like an album.
So yeah, why?
I think there was obviously some tension there.
Because that's how I remembered them coming onto the scene was the three of them, and then it's just she disappeared. It was weird. I don't know.
She probably saw the writing on the wall that it was going to be Jennifer Nettles' show.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and that's our society today. Taylor Hanson, 42. Bop, ba-doo, ba-da, ba, bop, skittle bop, ba, bop, ba-doo, ba-da, ba, ooh, yeah. Obviously, that's the band, Hanson, or he's one from it. And if you don't know that song, then I don't know what to tell you. Stephen Curry, 37. He's basketball. I've heard of Steph.
He can hit a 3-pointer from anywhere.
Isn't he like
literally?
He's like the next. I don't know. It's like a debate, isn't it? I see it on Facebook all the time.
He's probably the best shooter.
Yes.
The best pure shooter in basketball history.
And without the drama, he's way better than that other dude that everybody talks about all the time.
LeBron?
Yeah. That's what I see.
Shooting wise,
he's awesome.
Steph Curry can hit half court shots.
Yeah, and because isn't it, I don't know if it's a real thing, but it's an online running joke almost that Curry and Caitlin Clark should have a shootout together, just even for fun, you know.
That'd be great.
It would be. And Simone Biles, gymnast, 28 years old. Oh, Simone.
Well, Simone.
Isn't she the one that just came back on the last Olympics after a few years away from...
Simone's back.
Guess who's back?
Again.
So there's your birthdays brought to you by
Simone's
Hometown
back.
Real Estate and Nikki Leathers.
Call a friend.
Oh, Simone's back.
Simone's back.
Simone's back.
Simone's back.
We sing too much. I just popped in jelly beans. I didn't know we were back on.
On the air. Live. Slowly chew your M&Ms. Nobody will ever know.
Look over there.
All right. So we're going to be getting to Tiffany Ketchum here at some point this hour. Stay tuned for that. While we await that, let's get weird.
That is weird.
That'll take away from your jelly bean chewing. Chew fast. In some weird news, let's go to China.
Oh, I love China. I do.
The Chinese, me play joke, me go pee-pee in your stew.
What?
You ever heard that one?
I thought that was in the story or something, though.
Well, it is.
Oh.
A major incident at one of China's most prominent restaurant chains.
Oh.
Something, I don't know how to pronounce it. Known for its hot pot cuisine, has led to a widespread apology and thousands of refunds.
Oh.
The apology came after a video surfaced online showing two diners urinating in a hot pot broth.
Oh, come on.
At the chain's Shanghai location. This is back in February 24th. The restaurant chain, which actually has some locations here in the U.S., confirmed the incident, stating that it occurred in a private room and was captured on video. So, over 4,000 diners are eligible for compensation.
Wow.
Pee-pee in your pot. Me go pee-pee.
Oh, my.
In your hot pot.
That is so disgusting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Think about that the next time you're eating at a restaurant. What's going on behind that wall?
Everybody's always talking about the person spitting, but never thought it'd go that far.
Let's go to a pet monkey.
Oh,
coming
great.
at you like a spider monkey, Chip. Chip. We're just talking about Chip.
We're talking about Chip.
And a bizarre twist to a local crime. Authorities in Peru recently captured a monkey accused of breaking into several homes.
Oh, bad monkey.
Scheme.
Bad monkey.
The caper unfolded in a housing complex where the black-capped capuchin monkey was spotted moving agilely across rooftops, trees, and power lines.
Jeez. Really?
Let's see here. The activity prompted a response from the Peru National Forestry and Wildlife Service and a veterinary staff. On investigation, it became evident that this monkey, which is not native to that region, had likely escaped from captivity and was evidently stealing things. So
that's sort of messed up. That's sort of messed up. I mean,
shame on you, monkey.
Bad.
Let's go from monkeys to alligators.
Oh, good.
In a turn of events in Bradenton, Florida, a police officer found himself delivering a pizza due to an unexpected obstacle, a large alligator lounging in a resident's driveway. The incident unfolded when police responded to a call about an 8-foot reptile spotted under a car. As an officer managed the situation, awaiting a wildlife trapper, a pizza delivery guy arrived, unaware of the situation.
Oh, wow.
The officer promptly intercepted the driver, informing her of the alligator's presence, blocking the path to the front door. So he delivered the pizza. So people were inside the house. They knew there was an alligator outside, yet they asked for a pizza to be delivered.
Right.
Were they setting up the pizza delivery guy?
Or were they just like, it's a common thing. Alligators are here once in a while, and we want a pizza. So deal with it. Do your job. Do your job and bring my pizza. That's
other stuff. How about this for crazy? This is in the UK. A 13-year-old girl facing court time for the first time, charged with murder and arson of the home where she evidently murdered somebody. Excuse me.
I'm over here making whistling noises, and
so their arson resulted in the death of the 43-year-old mom.
Oh.
Found deceased early on Monday. So she suffered sharp force injuries. And then the 13-year-old who set the house on fire that killed her mom was in court clutching a teddy bear.
Yeah, there's no psychoism going on in that girl's head. Kills her mom and holds a teddy bear.
Was she going for sympathy? Was she,
or is she just nuts?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds nuts to me.
That's not all that interesting. Let's go to... you'll like this one.
Okay.
You ever use eye drops?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I have 2 different kinds of eye drops.
Oh?
Yeah. Some for redness.
Oh.
Because just once in a while, you know. And then I honestly take moisturizing drops almost every day.
Oh.
So my eyes are so big. I get made fun of a lot. I don't care.
Who makes fun of you?
Everybody.
Let's beat them up.
Everybody does. Beat them all up.
Make fun of my friend.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Go.
Doctors in Colorado have reported an increase in the number of patients mistakenly applying glue to their eyes, mistaking it for eye drops. You ever do that?
That I've never done.
You ever like reaching for your eye drops and you accidentally get the Elmer's glue?
Right.
And you don't notice? An ophthalmologist in Aurora, Colorado, explaining that this alarming mix-up is often due to the similar packaging of nail glue, also lash glue, and eye drops. The doctor described the incidents as sporadic but notable. And he says to prevent such accidents, doctors are emphasizing the importance of reading labels carefully.
Oh, that's
Of
funny.
course, you'd have to do that before your eyes are glued shut. and storing eye drops away from similar looking bottles, and also not to be stupid.
Well, I was going to say my first thought was to read before you do it, but yeah, why would you put all of that stuff in the same line in your medicine cabinet? Maybe be better organized.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, we don't actually have a duh story, but
that gets it.
We're gonna give that.
Come on.
The duh. What else do we have?
Oh, I don't know. What do you got?
We got some stuff.
We got some stuff over here.
I like stuff. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, the U.S. has its share of unusual laws.
Uh-huh.
In case you didn't know.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Here's a list of some of the strangest ones.
Okay.
Alabama. It's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. Now, I'm assuming you have caused your fair share of laughter in churches.
Oh, definitely. But not with a fake mustache.
In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. In Alaska, it's illegal to wake a sleeping bear to take a photo. I mean, that.
Maybe that's just for your safety.
Yeah, you don't want to take selfies with the sleeping bear. Arizona, it's unlawful for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub.
Oh, come to Iowa.
You'll
we
have
don't
that.
care.
Yeah.
Bring your donkeys.
California frogs that die during frog jumping contests cannot be eaten.
Oh, dang it. What?
Florida, if an elephant is left tied to a parking meter, the parking fee has to be paid just as it would for a vehicle. So don't leave your elephant tied to the parking meter.
Who made that stupid law like that? Because there's elephants just walking around?
Mean, it must have happened at
right.
one point in time. In Georgia, it's illegal to keep an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays.
Oh, but every other day it's okay.
Monday through Saturday, it's fine.
Oh, thank the heavens.
Sundays, however, no ice cream cones in your back pocket.
Good. Whew.
Kentucky, it's illegal to carry ice cream in your pocket, okay? So they just don't like it anytime. No ice cream in your pocket. I was just going down the street the other day with a scoop of ice cream in my pocket and saving it for later.
I guess you could.
A little lint.
Right.
Some change.
Wow.
In Maryland, in Baltimore, Maryland, it's illegal to take a lion to the movies.
You know, that seems racist. What's wrong with my lion, jerks?
Let's see here. Trying to see.
Like you said, some of these had to have happened to even be made.
Nebraska. You cannot fish for whales in Nebraska. Dang it. I had my trip all planned out for later on this summer.
How?
Whale fishing in Nebraska. And then in Ohio, it's illegal to get a fish drunk.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, your loss, Ohio. Oh, my.
So that's some stupid laws
Wow.
in the United States. What else do we got to get to here? Let's get to a few more commercials.
Let's do it.
We'll take a break and be back with more on Just Another Morning Show after this. Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Hey, it's 8:30 on your Friday morning. Steve and Neil hanging out with you on just another morning show here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. Neil, let's take another look at our forecast as things could get a little interesting, possibly a little dicey later on. I'll let you do
this afternoon, wind advisory in effect. Actually from 1 o'clock until 1 a.m. Red flag warning in effect at 1 also, and that goes until 6 p.m. I don't know. The way some of the other models look, I would just not burn anything until tomorrow. But increasing clouds, high near 81 today. Showers and thunderstorms before 10 tonight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high around 44. Tomorrow night, I got to peek over. Tomorrow night, a chance of rain, and then a chance of snow.
Oh. What?
Saturday night. Okay, hold on. Saturday night. Chance of rain before 10 p.m., then a chance of snow, mostly cloudy, a low around 26, breezy with northwest winds of 15 to 20. Okay,
We're
but
getting everything.
30% chance of precip. So
we're getting spring,
I didn't even
summer,
read that earlier at all.
winter.
Wow, and 26 for a low? I'm in shorts.
So, just be advised of that. Wind advisory today, red flag warning, don't burn outside. Potential.
Yeah.
We're not in any sort of watch or warnings for tonight, of course, yet, but potential for some weather in southeast Iowa tonight.
As always in this time frame of the year.
They're saying that if we do see some stuff, it's going to blow in fast if it does. So it's going to blow in, blow up, and blow out.
I like that. Blow in, blow up, blow out.
All right. So we talked to Jesse Wilson on the phone here a little while ago. Of course, Jesse's our artist coming in for the Iowa Music Showcase here in about 3 hours. That'll be at Barnwired in Sigourney. Jesse sent us a song. We played this earlier this week, but we might as well give it a little bit more love right now. Get you ready for today's Iowa Music Showcase. This is Jesse Wilson on Just Another Morning Show.
This one's called She's My Girl. Out of my league, I didn't stand a chance, so I chickened in. She asked me to dance. As the night went on, the band played all kind of love songs in her arms. It felt so right that I closed my eyes and I held her close. Hadn't felt this feeling since God only knows. Dancing all night long under the neon lights. Tomorrow felt so far away, but maybe tonight I can make her my girl. I can make her my girl. Fast forward to the second day, I was nervous she was running late, but I didn't mind, she was worth the wait. Her suntan legs, sugar sweet lips, Daisy Dukes riding up on those hips. She smiled and said she'd been waiting on a night like this. Then I closed my eyes dancing all night long under the pale moonlight. Tomorrow felt so far away. Maybe tonight I can make her my girl. I can make her my girl. I knew the day we met we were meant to be. But 1 year later and I'm down on my knee. Then I closed my eyes and I held her close. I hadn't felt this feeling since God only knows. Dancing all night long with the love of my life. Tomorrow felt so far away, but maybe tonight, yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl.
That is our Iowa Music Showcase upcoming guest today, Jesse Wilson, and he's going to be hanging out with us at Barn Wired today from about 11:30 to noon. He's coming all the way from Fort Dodge to hang out with us on today's Iowa Music Showcase. Now, another person that drove a little ways to be with us today is, as you can see, in studio with us right now. It's our second guest of the morning. We welcome in Tiffany Ketchum from the Iowa movie The Gates. Tiffany, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful today. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
All right. It's a
Good,
beautiful day outside. And hopefully a beautiful weekend for you. You've got a lot of stuff. Of course, we had you as a guest last week on the Iowa Music Showcase at Barn Wire. We were featuring you and what was his name?
Cody.
There you go, Cody.
I was going to say Chris. I tried to do that last week, too.
That's crazy.
But we had you guys and some of the musical artists from the movie, like Brittany Sword, your husband Andrew, and Days Live Music were at the showcase last week. But you're back. You liked us so much, you came back for more.
I did. I got a studio tour, and I said, I got to be a guest on this show.
Yeah. So here you are. You're hanging out in the studio with us. And tell us, you got a busy weekend this weekend. What all is happening with the movie The Gates?
So on Saturday, we're going to be at the Whipple Auditorium. It's at the Cedar Rapids Public Library. It's a beautiful state-of-the-art auditorium. We're going to have the movie The Gates. It's a free showing, so you can just show up, but you want to show up early. So I would come at 12:15. We're going to do a free raffle. We have T-shirts and hats and props from the movies that we're going to give away after when we do a Q&A. It starts at 12:30, but get there early to enter into the raffle.
And that's where again?
Cedar Rapids Public Library, and then Whipple Auditorium.
Okay.
Yes. And then we are doing a showing later that night, this Saturday, in Keota at the high school auditorium. Again, it is free. Okay. There will be a free will donation towards the Keota Drama Department. And we'll do a Q&A after that as well. So you want to come with questions or ask us how we did that really cool thing. Yeah. We love talking about it, obviously. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. And you do have a stalker in the comments. Oh. I looked at the comments and I was like, whoa, what's going on there? Somebody named Andrew Ketchum says, wow, who is that gorgeous woman?
That would throw you off if you weren't paying attention.
I just saw the comment.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, it's your husband.
Yes.
Wow.
Hello. Thank you for letting me make a second trip down.
Yeah. Now, is Andrew with the kids or what's the family situation today?
The kids are with my mother in Oskaloosa. They are so excited for this weekend. I don't know if I've told you, but they're in the movie too.
Oh,
really?
I didn't know you hadn't mentioned that.
Yes. Our whole family got roped into it. So nice. Yes, Eliza practiced her one line for about 7 months.
Oh, wow.
And
Did she nail it?
She nailed it. It is wonderful.
That's so cool.
Was it hard to direct your kids, or does that put extra pressure on you, or?
Yes. It's really hard being a wife, mom, director, choreographer of everything all at the same time. I know if you watch some of the bloopers, we had one where, my youngest Eve screams, "Somebody drank my Sprite." And that's where you hear the director voice drop and be like, "Hey guys, come on." But a big shout out to my mom because every time we filmed, because Andrew and I were both there, we needed someone to watch the kids because they were only in maybe 4 or 5 scenes out of 30. Okay. So shout out to her for making this movie happen off screen.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's the thing with an independent film. You're depending on obviously your family, your friends to help you out on stuff that isn't seen on the screen.
Yes, absolutely. So
of course you got some great family to back you up.
And then my dad, we talked about last week, recorded a lot of the music for us. That's something rare in independent film that we're very proud of the music in the movie.
Yeah. We were talking about Craig. We've talked about Craig the last couple of days, actually, because we're doing I don't know if you saw, we're doing an 80s rock band tournament. We always do like a monthly tournament on Steve Shuttler Media, and this month's topic is 80 rock bands or 80s rock bands, and Styx is in our current matchup, so we know where your dad's heart lies.
He is living at his computer voting over and over for that right now.
Just multiple
finger
accounts.
Hovered, over the button.
Because we were talking how Craig took me, we had this discussion last week. Craig took me to a Styx concert several years ago in Ames where we got to meet Styx, and that was a really cool thing because I am, as I was telling Neil earlier, my first ever vinyl album as a kid was Styx Paradise Theater. And then, of course, Mr. Roboto. The album as a whole might not have been great, but Mr. Roboto, the song, was really good and
memorable.
Still catchy.
So memorable.
Domo arigato. Mr. Roboto. So anyway, Craig and I go way back. And you and I go way back. I mean, we were talking last week, too, that I've known you since you were just a wee little kid.
Yes, I think we mentioned this last week, too. I keep waiting for the Craig and Steve revival show on Barn Wired, because I remember there's some good original songs that you guys recorded.
I don't know if you heard, but I think it was being spoken of from Craig last week. I mean, he was sort of pushing Steve a little bit. So
Craig had me record some of his original stuff. This had been way back in the 90s at some point. So, but yeah, that'd be fun.
There you go.
If I ever get my voice back to full strength. Now, if people missed last week's show, let's talk about the movie a little bit more. This is, again, an independent Iowa-made movie, which, I don't know, are there many movies made in Iowa?
Yes, you would be surprised how many there are. I know that there are, and it depends, too, because a feature is basically over 40 minutes, and a short is under. So I would say there's close to 30, 40 shorts made in Iowa, but those can be up to 40 minutes. There's not as many features, but I know, like off my head, I can name 10 that were made this last year. So more than you think. There's a really good group in Marengo that we like to connect with. They have a hog barn, and they turned it into a place where you can just build sets. Oh, nice. So they cleaned it out, and each stall is a movie set, and they have any equipment you could want, and you go there. They have, if you need somebody to do lights, sound, they have a whole crew for you. Okay. So they're making it easier for people to make movies in Iowa.
That's really cool.
Yeah, hoping to pull in some bigger players eventually, but we were so lucky. So I wrote a scene with a bar with an office in the back. And I didn't know that would be a unicorn to find. That sounds like the simplest thing. And yet we could not find it. So we actually filmed at a bar in Colfax called the Thirsty Turtle. And then
the Thirsty Turtle.
Yes.
What a great name. And
we loved filming there. They loved having us, but they didn't have an office in the back. And so Mediaverse actually built an office that looked exactly like the same bar motif.
Oh, wow.
And they built office and storage room attached, and we went there and filmed the other half of the scenes. And they're pretty seamless. If you're watching it, you wouldn't know. Like they did the same faux brick and the same colors and everything. So we were the very first film that got to be there with Mediaverse. So we love teaming up together. We're excited to do it again someday. And yeah, I love going there. It's a magical place.
Nice. And you use, of course, Iowa actors.
Yes.
Why don't you plug some of your actors that are in the movie?
Yes. So we have a cast of 20. I won't go through all of them, but only one is not from Iowa.
Okay.
And that would be my cousin Morgan, who I almost forgot last week. So a huge shout out to her. She is our villain. The main cast member, Alec, is played by my husband, Andrew Ketchum. Gage Richardson from Newton is kind of his sidekick. The gatekeeper is played by Igor Dimitrov. Yes, Igor. And then we also have a love interest that's played by Andrea Kingery. Her son and her husband did some makeup special effects for us. So their whole family's in it too.
Wow.
And then finally, we have Jeremy Fletcher. He has been a lead singer with Igor for the last decade, and so he kind of plays our lead hitman.
Okay.
So that's kind of our
That's
big
a fun
six.
role.
Yes.
That would be the role to
Yes. You can tell his musical abilities because when we were kind of choreographing the fight scene and we kind of had it laid out who was going to punch and who was going to kick, and we get ready to go, and Jeremy goes 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's like, oh no, how? You know, and you have these big gruff guys getting ready to do a fight scene, and that's how they count it down. So lots of musical abilities in the gates.
Did anybody accidentally get hurt on the set?
I think Andrew did get kicked a little real. Not full out, but a little too close one time.
Kicked
where he had,
a little.
Yes, kicked a little.
A little real.
Where he had to say, give me a sec before we do another take.
All right.
Other than that, for as many stunts as we have, it ran pretty safe and we had a good time.
Now, just speaking of safety, are there like any rules and regulations or, film industry standards that you have to go by, or are you just doing your thing?
In independent film, it's kind of like the Wild West.
All right.
Obviously,
That's pretty cool,
I have a vested interest in my husband not getting hurt. But we did some things like I know we had Cody swim out in the lake, check how deep it was. Somebody handed him his camera.
All right.
And then, we had Andrew thrown into the lake.
Oh.
So that was a one-take shot. But we were out at Rock Creek State Park in Kellogg. And we ended up getting a crowd because, they're like, what is going on? What's happening? So we had this whole crowd and the guys practiced for probably 30 minutes of what it would look like and how they would move when they threw them in. And then they finally did, and everybody behind us started cheering. So that's probably one of my favorite memories where we kind of gained a crowd with people wondering, like, because Andrew was all tied up. He had all of his makeup done.
Okay.
And so people just coming for a nice day at the lake were like, what's
Seeing
going
a dead body.
on? Yeah, they got some free entertainment that day.
Well, Neil and I were talking about a story, I think yesterday, about how there was a dead body floating out at sea that was discovered that nobody really knew who it was. So you would think, and Neil thinks that he wants to be.
Yeah, I think I want to be buried at sea now. So
we're going to float Neil down the Skunk River.
But now
maybe you can come and film it.
Right.
For
you can film it, and you have the people that have practiced it enough to throw me in.
Exactly.
So
yes, we have the
it's a
crew
win-win.
that can help us out
absolutely.
with that. Now, we do have trick knots, so if you change your mind at the last minute.
Well, I think that's sort of too
Hopefully
late.
you're not still alive.
Well,
when it's
I
happening.
don't really want it. Buried at sea
This is
means
getting weird.
Yeah.
This is getting really weird.
Wow.
Again, tell us your events going on this week. If people are just tuning in,
Yes.
let them know about your events.
We will be at the Cedar Rapids Public Library, Whipple Auditorium. The film starts at 12:30. It is a free showing. Show up, watch it, have a good time, hang out and talk with us after as we do our free raffle. And then at 6 p.m., we'll be at the Kyoto Auditorium. Same thing, free showing. Come hang out with us and ask some questions afterwards. And I believe some of us are going out for drinks at the Roost after.
Oh.
So if you want even more information,
really,
and probably the good
yes,
stuff.
come get to know us, ask us what we're all about, and we'd love to hang out.
That's very cool.
Where else? As far as like an independent movie or an Iowa movie, where else can you see this, or how do you get a hold of this movie to watch it?
Yes, so There are rules for entering into festivals, into the Iowa Motion Picture Association. So that's why, even though we did our premiere in August, why we still have not released it online, is it has to be private to be able to enter all those things.
Oh, okay.
So we are in it is called CRIF, but it's the Cedar Rapids Independent Film Festival, April 4th through 6th. And then I believe March 31st is when the Iowa Motion Picture Awards are announced. And so depending if we get nominated on that or not, after that, we're planning a distribution. Obviously, we have other projects that we want to do. So when we do distribution, we're not sure which channel it will be on yet, but it will be a little bit like YouTube, where you can go on and pay $2 to $3 to watch our movie.
Cool.
And that $2 to $3 goes so we can keep making movies and doing other projects.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Nice. Will it be on VHS? Do you even know what a VHS is?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
If it is, I want a copy.
I have one VHS.
Do you really?
And it is Mary Martin's Peter Pan, because I'm pretty sure they never made that into a DVD.
Oh, wow.
So I can't play it on anything.
I was going to say, do you have a VCR?
But I have it.
I actually have a VCR player at home.
So we might be employing you if somebody asks for a VHS.
There
we
you
might
go.
say go to Steve. He's going to be our VHS distributor.
Yeah, there you go. I'll just make copies in my basement and send them out.
Yes, we have had a couple people ask about DVDs, so that probably is something we'll do as well. But for the most part, the distribution will be online.
And that's the way everything seems to be now.
Yes.
So
yes.
Trying to figure out if my Facebook on my phone has frozen up or not. But I'm just trying to make sure that we're still on. I mean, it looks like we're
we're good.
Okay.
We're still live?
Yeah, so we're hanging out with Tiffany Ketchum from the movie The Gates. We mentioned last week that this is something you might not want to take little kids to.
Yes, this film is rated R. Obviously, it doesn't have a national rating, but this is something Cody and I decided on because of violence and language.
Okay.
My children have seen it, but they were in it, and they were so much a part of it that if you have a very long talk with your child and you're okay with it may be fine, but we still want a parent there to make sure. So rated R, that actually means 17 and under, need a parent.
Okay.
True. Yep.
Yes.
All right. Trying to think what else. What else do we need to ask? What else do you want to throw out there?
I'm just so grateful to the Iowa community. We got a ton of support with this. We have so many great locations. We have the Knoxville Raceway. I know we filmed at my mom's pool in Oskaloosa. We were at Kellogg, Rock Creek. They were totally cool with us being
with
there.
The crowd?
Yes, throwing someone in the lake, and they said just don't.
Just don't leave them.
I'm trying to think of his name. I believe it was Park Ranger Bob. They said just make sure Bob doesn't hear about this, and he doesn't, as long as he doesn't come, you're fine. Let's see. We also got to do the bowling alley in Newton. And I mentioned Thirsty Turtle and Colfax. So I'm just so grateful for all the people and locations and support that we got doing this thing. It did take 2 years, but it's awesome to know how excited Iowa is to put stuff like this out and help people do it.
Yeah.
And you've been getting a lot of media attention. Of course, we had you on our showcase, but you've been doing radio and what else? What all have you been doing?
Yes.
And you can name drop. I don't care.
Yes. So it started off with doing a podcast with Mediaverse. As I said, they helped us out quite a bit with building a set for us. And after that, we were on your show. KCII saw that and said, hey, they look pretty good on Steve Shetler. Wonder what they sound like on the radio.
Nice.
So then, we did a radio interview with them as well. And it's been a fun adventure.
Did you do something with the Newton radio station or not?
Yes. So I will say it was the day of our premiere in Newton. They had us do a radio interview with them.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny. There is another film that was put out in Newton at the exact same time as ours, and they started filming the same time as ours, and we never ran in or heard about each other.
Okay.
It is the weirdest thing.
Huh.
But now, we're best buddies with them, and like, hey, we're going to team up someday and do something cool. But they are also at CRIF with us.
Oh, cool.
So it's very cool that 4 filmmakers in Newton are making big movies and getting them
and
out.
that's just something that happens that most of us would never know, or have any idea that's going on. And like that, you've got 4.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
it was kind of funny because everybody's like, "Oh, I thought your movie was in 2 weeks in Newton." And I'm like, "It is." And they're like, "What's the one premiering tonight?" And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, their movie is called Bits and Pieces, and so it's very dark. Very dark horror movie.
Bits and Pieces.
But a little fun, right? That's what it is.
That's what I'm thinking.
A little fun fact, though. So their lead actor played Captain Von Trapp in the Newton musical of Sound of Music.
Okay.
And my daughter was Marta in the Sound of Music. So I kind of knew the actors in that. And so I'm asking him, like, why didn't you tell me you were doing this feature? And he's like, well, as Captain Von Trapp, I didn't want to brag about being in bits and pieces, doing simultaneous projects. So
how about this for a question? Do you have tryouts for your movies, or do you just, people that you want to be in certain roles?
A little bit of both. We did... So I knew that some people were going to be in the roles like Igor and Jeremy. When I wrote those roles, I knew they were theirs. We actually looked at a few leads before I did land on my husband just to make sure he was the right fit. The main reason of that was because we didn't want to get daycare every time we filmed. So we wanted to see what options do we have. But he was the best one by far, and I'm so glad that he did it. We did have Gage try out with a couple other Newton people. And the people that did not get his role, we actually said, hey, we have these little roles with 1 or 2 lines. Do you want to come in and do that for us? Yes, absolutely. So a big part of this was anybody who wanted to be in the film, I wanted to find a place for them. So there were times when I would call people and say, hey, can you please do this role for me? But there were other times when I said, who is available this day to come in and sit at a bar and drink root beer for a couple hours? And we got such a big response of people like, yes, I want to be in a movie. I can sit there and drink root beer. That sounds awesome. Yeah. So that's another wonderful part of it is, like I said, anybody that wanted to be in it, I found a spot for them.
Okay.
That's very awesome.
Very cool. Let's start to wrap this up. Mm-hmm. Where can people find you online once again?
Yes, so we have a page, The Gates. It has all the information that we talked about today about our showings this weekend. It has some bloopers that you can watch, see us mess up lines and other things that maybe went wrong when we were filming but gave us a laugh. And then it'll have all of our independent film festival stuff. And then when we do release it for distribution, that's where you're going to see that link. So follow the Gates page for all that good stuff.
Not to be confused, there's a TV show called The Gates.
There is.
It's probably the first thing that's going to pop up. It has however many thousands of followers, but so don't get confused. Look for The Gates movie.
If you cannot find it, you can go to my page, Tiffany Ketchum, and I share everything from the Gates page. So if you have trouble finding it, that's another way you can get there easily.
Okay. Cool. All right. So again, go check this out. Again, tomorrow's going to be a busy day for you. Thankfully, the weather's going to blow through tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, and, really. Saturday sounds like it's going to be a good day. Probably a little bit on the breezy side, but you'll take breezy instead of stormy any day.
We will take that. When I scheduled this in March, I just thought no blizzards.
Yes.
So
It could be way worse.
That's not going to happen. So
no blizzards, no tornadoes.
Yes, we want a beautiful day for our showings.
Absolutely.
Well, awesome. Well, Tiffany Ketchum, you're a great guest, and good to see you twice in a week.
Yes, this has been wonderful. Thank you guys for having me on again today.
Yeah. And your whenever your next project is, keep us in mind, and we'll gladly help you promote things.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
The next one we already got planned. We already have it 40% funded.
Oh wow!
And it's something that hasn't been done in Iowa before.
Oh, okay.
So I'm terrified and so excited.
Wow. I'm excited to already hear about it now.
Awesome. Well, we'll keep an eye on things. That's Tiffany Ketchum with the movie The Gates. Again, you're in Cedar Rapids tomorrow.
Rapids, 12:30, Kyoto, 6 p.m.
All right. Awesome. So check out this movie, The Gates, from Tiffany Ketchum and the crew. I know you have an official, like a group TNT.
Oh yes, so my film company is TNT KBM Productions with a K. I'll tell you why. in another time why
All
it's
right.
with a K, but I spelled it that way on purpose.
That's cool.
And then Cody McKinney, he is our director of photography. He makes us look good on screen. He is at Axe Annie Productions, and he's got some really cool music videos out there as well. So you can kind of check out our whole crew. And yeah, we're excited for this weekend, and we're excited for what's to come after.
Awesome. Well, good luck with everything. Hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on again.
Thanks for being here.
Let's take one last look at our forecast before we get out of here for today. As, again, windy today. Red flag warning will be in effect today. Don't burn outside. It'll be windy, increasing clouds, a high of 81. That's going to warm things up for potential showers and storms tonight. Possibly some severe stuff. That's what all the weather forecasters are saying. So keep an eye on the sky for tonight. Tomorrow, definitely much cooler. Basically, we're going to cut our temps in half. A high of only 44 tomorrow. And Sunday, the same thing, sunshine and 49. All right, Neil, do we have anything we need to get to before we get out of here?
Honestly,
for today?
I think that was a good show, a good first week.
Yeah,
I think we did it. We pulled it off.
our
We made
first
it.
week.
Yeah, we made it look like we knew somewhat what we were doing.
A little bit. Occasionally some snafus.
Yeah, well, you'll have that. But all I know is we were having fun, and thanks to everybody for joining us all week long, and we're here to stay.
Thanks to all of our prize winners this week,
that
being
was a
brave and
blast.
calling in and winning some prizes. We'll do it again. More prizes next week. Next week, we also have, you may see our daily video. It's called 1 Minute with Bob. Bob, I believe, is from Texas, but he's going to be in town coming up next
cool
week
is that?
doing some speaking engagements at schools around the area. So we're going to have a national speaker, Bob Cattell, 1 Minute with Bob, going to be hanging out with us at least once, maybe a few times next week. I don't know.
Because he's here for the whole week, right?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
we'll have him. We've got plenty of other guests lined up for next week as well. So it will be another busy week. All right, we're going to get out of here. Again, our Iowa Music Showcase coming up at 11:30 today. We're going right downstairs. We'll be hanging out at Barnwired here in Sigourney. We've got that today. We've got the sports section coming up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I'm trying to find my logo so I can wrap things up. I'm scrolling through things. There we go. All right, Neil, we're out of here.
let's
Again,
go.
thanks to Julie Tremble for coming in earlier. Thanks to Tiffany Ketchum for hanging out this hour. And that'll do it for today's Just Another Morning Show.